Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of History Hobo Plays TimeGuessr. If you're new to the channel or unfamiliar with the game, TimeGuessr is a game where you're shown a series of 5 photos and you have to pinpoint the exact location on the world map where the photo was taken and also guess the year that the image was taken. Can be a tricky game, but it's quite a fun game to play and enjoyable to watch as well. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. Let's get into the game. Okay, here we go. Okay, is this Checkpoint Charlie straight off the bat? It seems like it might be. Just the fact that we've got a US Army checkpoint, got a McDonald's in the background clearly, and a McCafe. Was McCafe going that long ago? Or is this just the symbolic Checkpoint Charlie that they keep there for like history purposes? Never been to Berlin, but that would be my guess just based on the outfits and these kind of things. We have up here something checkpoint, Allied checkpoint maybe, US Army checkpoint. I don't see why they would have a checkpoint anywhere in the US, so it makes sense to be Germany. What do we have here? Photo, not in English, per person, must be per person, €2 or $3 US. So I'm guessing we definitely are in Germany. And if you look here, this looks quite German. Mit Uniformierten Militär Polizisten, something like that. But mit is with in German. I know that at least. Never learnt German in school. I was learnt French, but I can recognize a bit of it. We're definitely in Berlin. That's where the Berlin Wall was. I always struggle to find Checkpoint Charlie on the map. I've seen it before. I've had like GeoGuessr rounds on this kind of area as well. Not this image or anything like that. I seem to remember it being around this area somewhere. I might spend a little bit of time trying to pinpoint it exactly if I can, just because it's the first round and I'd like to get a perfect score if I can. Okay, I found Checkpoint Charlie on the map. Do we have a McDonald's next to it? Yes, we do. Here's the McDonald's. This must be Checkpoint Charlie. Let's have a look at the satellite. We can't even see it from the building. But I assume we're in front of it, looking towards the McDonald's, so we can't be too far along the street, somewhere like here. The year might be difficult. McDonald's Cafe obviously is not, they've been around for 20 years or something now, so that makes it difficult. Just looking at the guys, I assume this guy, it's very difficult because they're obviously wearing period uniforms. This is going to be a shot in the dark for the year. There's no clues, no phones, I can't see anyone in the background. Can't see it. He's drinking a bottle of Fanta by the looks of it. Fanta was invented by the Nazis, I believe, which is an odd thing, but got popular enough that it was bought by Coca-Cola. Anything on here that says a date? No. €2 for a photo is actually probably quite cheap. I know in places like Italy where you go to the Colosseum, they charge like 10, 15 euros for a photo with like a gladiator, but maybe that's just a scam, I don't know. Anything in the window, it's all too small to read. If we go modern day, I think McDonald's Cafe was something in the 2000s. I don't think it would be 90s. I think I might go 2010 and just hope it isn't present day. I'm not going to get any other clues off that. Let's go for it. Oh, it's 2019. Lost a lot of points there. Yeah, fixed holders charging tourists to have their photo taken. That's a shame. I should have gone modern day. I would have got more points for that, but I don't see what I could have got with that. Okay, next round. Interesting. We seem to have some street signs down here. Potteries. 10 miles. I'm guessing this is the UK. Ashbourne I've heard of, I'm not sure where it is. Buxton 12, Macclesfield 12. I know where Macclesfield is, so I might be able to pinpoint this. Is the potteries at 10 miles? Is this anywhere around... Where was it that was famous for potteries? Was it Stoke-on-Trent? Or yeah, I think it might have been Stoke-on-Trent, where a lot of the ceramics were made. It's definitely the UK. We've got Halford's bike shop here. They've been going for a while. They're still around today. There's one down the road from me. Yeah, this is an old picture. Looks post World War II by the cars. Probably 40s or 50s, maybe early 50s. Let's see if we can pinpoint the location first. Can't see. Let's just see if there's any obvious sign that says which town we are in. But yeah, so we'll definitely should be able to pinpoint it based on these ones. If we can work out the roads, because the A53 and the A523 should still exist. So here's Mansfield, not Macclesfield. See, Stoke-on-Trent is where I was thinking originally. There's Ashbourne. So Ashbourne is 15 miles. It's about 15 miles if we are in Stoke-on-Trent. Let's just start there for the moment. Where are the other places? Macclesfield. Oh, here's the A52. We can probably follow the A53 from Ashbourne. Is Ashbourne? Oh no, Ashbourne's on the A523. Can I see the A523? No, I can't. Let's find. Oh, there's the A523. So this road goes along this way. So we're either north of it, could be in Leek. Then we have the A53 coming out of Leek. So are we in Leek? Since what's along there? We've got Buxton 12 miles away. Can I find Buxton on the A53? See, the A53 does run into Stoke-on-Trent. There's Butterton. That would be too far away, so it might be north, is it? Along here. That's Leek. And there's Buxton, yes. So Buxton's to the north, 12 miles. Does that seem like it could be 12 miles? Possibly. Macclesfield is also 12 miles, so that would make sense that they're both equidistant away from Leek. And then we have Ashbourne this way, and the potteries would be in Stoke-on-Trent, which would be 10 miles away, so we must be in Leek. That would be my location. Right, we need to find a roundabout in the city centre by the looks of it. And we might as well. It's very unlikely that this Halfords is here. They tend to be in much bigger stores now, but we have a church that is definitely likely still there. Right, I'm struggling to pinpoint this exactly. It's either got to be here or here, because this is both where the A53 and the A523 meet here, but it also meets up here, the A523 and the A53, neither of which have roundabouts anymore, which is strange, but they must have removed the roundabout in favor of a junction. Just the traffic lights or something like that. This one looks more like it's a busy high street, so this is the one I'm going to go with, I believe. Can't see any churches along here, strangely. It's possible the church has been knocked down if it wasn't in good condition or something. But this is all shops along here, so this is a more logical location. It's called Derby Street. I can't see any signposts for the name, unfortunately, on any of these streets. So I think I'm still going to go for it, though. I think that'll be the location. I'm hoping we are in Leek, because it doesn't match up really well. But it seems logical based on the locations. But we won't be a million miles off if we're not. Now, these cars do strike me as early 50s or late 40s. World War II, post World War II. What are the people wearing? Mostly suits. Hard to tell with the men's dresses just being suits all the time. Can't see any obvious years printed. Not on the corner of the photo. It's always worth checking. Nope. So I think I'm going to go with my gut and go... I'm just going to go bang on 50, I think. Could be a bit earlier. It could definitely be closer to World War II, but I think we're probably around there. Let's go for it. 53, and we were perfect on the location. That's good. So we've got a good amount of points here. I don't think our personal best's still within reach, but we can get close to it if we do well. Oh, we've got someone playing TimeGuessr. Nice, I enjoy that. A bit of game within a game. And we are in an Arab country. This strikes me more as the Saudi Arab dress, particularly the red ones. Obviously, I've said before, I lived in the UAE, and these are very common in the UAE. These black robes are very formal in the UAE, and the red ones you don't see very often. They're more of a Saudi thing. By the fact that it's playing TimeGuessr, I'm going to immediately go to present day. Is there any clue as to what we're watching here? Is this one of the boxing events coming, or is this Qatar? Could be Qatar. Is this a football pitch? I'm trying to work out if this is a football pitch or not for the World Cup. Looks a bit small for a World Cup stadium though. We have Arabic. Doesn't help us though. I think if it was the World Cup, we probably wouldn't have. We would have some English there too. 63. Is this some kind of national conference? Yeah. Well, I've noticed here in the corner we have Al Nassr, which I believe maybe is a football team, but I'm not sure. I think that might be Saudi football team. Is that the team that, was it Cristiano Ronaldo went to play for? A fun fact for you, when I was living in the UAE, for the first 2 years, I lived in a small city called Al Fujairah, and at the time I was living there, Maradona became the head coach of the football team, and I actually saw him at a local pub when I was out drinking with some friends. It was quite a strange experience to see him walking around out there. I don't think he lasted very long after that, and it was shortly before he passed away, unfortunately. But just a fun fact for you. Right, I think we are definitely in Saudi Arabia, based off the Al Nassr team. Now, where in the hell is Al Nassr's team? I've got to assume it's in one of the big cities, maybe Jeddah, Riyadh, possibly even Daman. I'll start with Jeddah being the main city. I know they have a lot of stadiums in Jeddah. It's a football stadium. Is it Prince Abdullah Al Faisal Stadium? Well, we'll put it there to start with. At least we found a stadium. I think it might not be the right stadium. Now let's look at the satellite. Can we work out if it is the same stadium or not? This stadium has a track around the pitch with green and blue seats. Here we have yellow seats, and we don't have this around it, so it's not this stadium. It's a shame. What's the stadium called? Prince Faisal bin Fahd Stadium. They're all named after the princes. I don't know whether Does this one match up? No, this one looks more open air. It doesn't even have a roof. Unless this is under construction at the time that this picture was taken, it might be. No, it looks finished, but it looks open air. It doesn't look like it's got this kind of overhanging roof, so I don't think it's this stadium. That's an enclosed stadium, so it's not that. This is a stadium. Could be this one. Yellow seats. What's it called? Al Halil Saudi Club. It's got shawarma. I do love some good shawarma. Let's see. This one matches the best so far by the fact that it's got yellow seats. Can't really tell based on that roof though if it's the right kind of one. And it doesn't have a running track, so that's my strongest contender so far. Let's keep going for a little bit longer, see if we can find anything else. Nah, I don't think we're going to find anything better than this one. I think this has to be our guess here. Can't tell which side, but we're on a side of the stadium if it is the correct halfway down. Looks like, are we at the goal end? I don't really know if this even is a football pitch, but it looks quite small to be a football pitch, but then there's no goal either. Unless it's been set up for something else, some kind of show or something. This 61 or 63 is probably like a national conference kind of thing. Okay, we'll go with that. Let's see whether it's right. I don't think it is right, but it might be. And hopefully we're not in Jeddah and I missed it. Let's go with the 24. Oh, nice. It was the correct stadium. The yellow seats did line up with it and the roof looked like it could be, so I'm happy with that. Perfect score. Wow. So it's students playing TimeGuessr at their university graduation. They have their graduation in a football stadium. My graduation wasn't anywhere near as fancy as that, that's for sure. Okay, next round, I'm happy with that one. This, we have a large church. A very large church, almost like the Barcelona church. I don't know if it is that church though. These strange flags hanging. We have some kind of, what flag is this? I'm not sure. We have some kind of funeral service. Ah, that looks like a German flag with the eagle in the middle. So it could be in Germany here. We have a very distinctive metal bridge that I assume is probably still there. This might be another searching round if I can't find this quickly, or any clues to the location. The year looks very much 60s, 70s possibly, based on these vehicles. I would head to guess at maybe 70s. Is this a VW white like bus? These are military vehicles. Who would have passed away at this time that would warrant this kind of funeral service? Especially in this year. I'm going to throw my year guess in early 70s. Who could this be? And what church is this? It's a massive church. It's more of a cathedral than anything. I'm trying to think, who would have passed away? It must be a military leader or a government leader. I don't really know much about the German leadership after World War II, obviously up to Really, anyone before Angela Merkel, I couldn't tell you who was the leader of Germany during those times. But it doesn't really matter if we can get the year close enough. Can we look at the cameras down here? Are there any cameras? Doesn't really help. Can't see them all at the back. But it's definitely nationally televised. Looking at this puts us in about that era. Could we be late 60s? Possibly. Right, I'm going to have a search around. This is going to take me a long time, I can see, but we're doing pretty good on score. We could possibly hit 47,000 points if we get close on both of these. I doubt it, but I'm going to have a look around for this bridge and this church in close proximity in a few key German cities. Okay, I believe I may have found it. I believe looking at this bridge, this looks pretty much the same. We have a double layer of this kind of steel work, and it's in 3 sections. And then we have just here, we have Cologne Cathedral. So that would make sense for this building. Just trying to work out what angle we're looking at it from. We look like we're at the front of the cathedral, but it's quite hard to tell where the front of the cathedral is just by the fact that we're in the shadow of the cathedral itself. I'd assume this is the front. Would that make sense for the way we're looking at it though? Because I would have thought we'd see this train station coming off the bridge if we were. Maybe the tracks look like they go that way, because this must be a train track, so it looks like we should be on the other side of the church. Down here? Or are we down? Are we at the front? It's kind of hard to tell. I would say we should be down here, but is this a square? Oh yeah, it could be here. There's a building here that doesn't look like it's here in the past though. It looks quite modern, this around here though. Anyway, we shouldn't be too far off with that guess. We're trying to think whose funeral this was. It must be someone famous to be such a large funeral, but I'm gonna have to go based off the cars. Some of these look more 70s than 60s, just by the slightly squarer shape to them. Obviously they made the VW bus for a long time, so I can't really go off that. Let's go 72. Let's go for it. It was 67. Our location was spot on, 34 meters away. Yeah, we're where a building is now, so on the roof of this building. That makes sense. Okay, good score though, not bad. Okay, this one. Immediately the language is French. We have Rue Norvin. We have here Syndicat d'Initiative du Voir Montmartre. I've heard of Montmartre. Is that in Paris? Panorama Historial de Montmartre. Mont must mean Mount. So I'm assuming we might be in Paris. Got some artists and things like that. It's a very run down street. The year is going to be very difficult here. Again, something in Montmartre, so we must be in that area. See if I can find that in Paris first. Yeah, this might be a bit of a search. It's like Sacré-Cœur, is that near where Montmartre is? Ah, yes, Montmartre. Here we go. I've been to the Sacre-Cœur, so that's probably where I knew that this is from. Now, can we find Rue Norvins? I'm going to spend a little time. Oh, I didn't need to spend any time at all. It's right here. So we're somewhere on this little street here. How far does this go? It goes quite a ways. So we're on a corner. Doesn't say what the other street is called. So we could be... That's not that one. We could be like here maybe. Would make sense. Let's have a look at the satellite. I guarantee this is nothing like it used to be. But this little building could be here. This could be the corner. But I don't think we're going to pinpoint it exactly. The year. Fashion wise, looks quite old, but not super old. Just looking at the shoes, do they look like handmade or do they look purchased? Like, well, not handmade, but like that region, everyone had locally made shoes in the olden times. They had more of a rugged look to them. The sign looks pretty damn old though. Can't see any cars, doesn't help us. See a nice little doggo down here. This lady's handbag and her jacket looks a bit not as old, and it looks well made. So I might think we may be just post World War II. So these short trousers, the turned up trousers, and the jumper making me think it's a bit older than that. We have a button up coat here. Really not sure on the year here. We're going to lose a lot of points if we're nowhere near. Can't be 60s, I wouldn't have thought. Could we be mid 40s? Purely going off this woman's dress and shoes, I don't think it's pre-World War II. But I could be completely wrong. This could be the 30s for all I know. Just like the rundown state of this building makes me think it's older though. But I don't know what Paris was like during this time. Let's go for it. I can't waste any more time on it. It's 55, 10 years off. Oh, but location was perfect again. So presumes watching a street painter at work. That's 55. Should have thought a bit later with that close. Final score, 43,500. It's a pretty good score. I'm happy with that. Some definite difficult rounds there. Let's have a quick look at the breakdown. Locations were spot on for everything today, and it was just the years that let us down. First round was the Checkpoint Charlie one. There was no clues to year in that one. We were 9 years off on there. Second round, 3 years off. That was actually a pretty good guess, the one in Leek. Perfect score in Saudi Arabia, I believe. Just because every time I see TimeGuessr in it, I'm usually going 2024, 2023. And the Cologne one, difficult, 5 years off, was still a pretty good guess. And 10 years off on that last round. But unless you're an expert in old fashioned from France in them days, it's going to be very difficult because there were no other clues, no cars to go off. So overall, I'm happy with that round. I think we can improve on that tomorrow. I'll see you again. Bye.